Twitch Action is it delivers its own baby on live TV by Tiger Toss. Like and link to the video will be the description below. Go and check them out. So let's into this vaccine 3, 2, 1.
He was supposed to be a guest for a morning talk show, just
Yeah.
another episode
Episode.
filled with laughter and lighthearted conversation. The cameras were rolling, the hosts were smiling, and millions of viewers were tuned in. But within minutes, the show
Oh.
turned into something no one could have scripted, because right there, under the blinding studio lights, a
Yeah.
man began going into labor.
Oh no, not into labor. Oh no.
Yes, a man. On live television, and before the audience could even process what was happening,
Yeah.
he was delivering his own baby. His name was Daniel Carter, a 29-year-old from Ohio. To most people,
Oh
Daniel
wow.
looked like any ordinary young man. Short brown hair, a strong jawline, always carrying a calm presence. But what
Really?
many didn't know, at least not until that day, was that Daniel had been born intersex. Intersex individuals are
Unisex.
born
Yeah.
with biological traits that don't fit the typical definitions of male or female. In
Wow, really? I didn't know that is what intersex was. Wow. You learn something new every day. Yeah.
Daniel's case, he had male features externally but still carried a small, underdeveloped uterus inside his body. Doctors had told him years ago that pregnancy was not impossible, but
Not impossible.
extremely rare and dangerous. Daniel never thought much about it. He lived his life as a man, had a job, a relationship,
Yeah.
and dreams like anyone else. Until something happened that no one expected. Months before the talk show incident,
Oh. It blended.
Daniel had started noticing strange symptoms.
Yeah.
Constant nausea in the mornings, sudden mood swings,
Oh, yep. It blended.
unusual weight gain around his abdomen. At first, he brushed it off as stress. But when his stomach began to grow visibly larger, panic set in. Daniel avoided going to the doctor out of fear. Fear of being judged, fear of being told something was horribly wrong. Deep down, he
Yeah.
suspected the truth, but saying it out loud felt impossible. Could he actually be pregnant?
And according to the time, mood swings, morning sickness, all the signs are although, yeah.
After weeks of denial, Daniel finally went for a medical checkup. The doctor,
Oh,
stunned but professional, performed an
yeah.
ultrasound. And there it was, clear as day. A tiny heartbeat flickering on the screen. Daniel's egg had somehow been fertilized. But how? This was the biggest
Yep, yeah.
medical mystery in his case. Unlike most men, Daniel still carried remnants of reproductive tissue,
Yeah.
ovaries, and a uterus that had never been fully functional. But under the right
Really?
circumstances, fertility wasn't entirely impossible. Doctors
Yeah.
explained that his hormone levels and anatomy aligned just enough to allow ovulation. During an intimate moment with his partner, one of his eggs had been fertilized naturally. Against astronomical odds, life had found a way. Most people,
Yeah.
when faced with this shocking revelation,
Wow.
would be overwhelmed.
Big
Daniel was.
congrats.
But
Yeah.
after the initial shock, he made a brave decision. He would carry the baby. He kept his pregnancy mostly private, telling only his closest friends and family. The public didn't know. Even his colleagues had no idea. He continued life as usual, hiding under baggy clothes and avoiding social events. But as the months passed, it became harder to hide. And
Oh. Maybe this other to add in the public might know about between two together. You know.
eventually, the world would find out, in the most
Yeah.
unexpected way. Daniel had been
Yep.
invited to a popular morning talk show to share his journey as an intersex man.
Real baby bump. Oh
The
no.
producers knew he had a rare story, but they didn't know the full truth, that he
Yep.
was heavily pregnant and just days away from delivery. The live show began smoothly. Daniel sat across from the hosts, answering questions about his childhood,
Questions.
his struggles, and the importance of awareness. The audience clapped and cheered, unaware of what was about to unfold. Then, mid-sentence, Daniel froze.
Uh-oh.
A sharp pain shot through his body. His hand instinctively went to his stomach. The host looked concerned. "Are you okay?" one asked, laughing nervously. But Daniel wasn't okay.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
His water had just broken.
Oh! It was a bug. Uh-oh.
Panic spread instantly.
Uh-oh.
The producers scrambled off camera. The host didn't know what to say, and the live audience gasped as they realized what was happening. Daniel gritted his teeth as another
Uh-oh. Oh. You can do it. You can do it.
contraction hit. There was no time to rush him to a hospital. He was going into full
For a level, yeah.
labor, right there, on stage, in front
Yeah.
of millions of viewers watching from home. The crew called 911, but the paramedics would take precious
Oh.
minutes to arrive. Those minutes Daniel didn't have. And
Yeah, true that.
so, with the cameras still rolling and the world watching, Daniel made the most unthinkable decision. He would deliver his own baby. What happened next was both terrifying and extraordinary. Daniel positioned himself on the studio floor, guided by instinct and sheer willpower. The audience sat in stunned silence, some covering their mouths, others crying. The host tried to comfort him, handing him towels, pillows, and
You can do it. You can do it.
whatever they could find. Between screams and gasps for air, Daniel coached himself through the process.
You can do it. You can do it. Yeah.
"I can do this.
Yeah,
I
you
have to
can do
do
it. Yeah.
this," he
Yeah, you
repeated,
can do it.
almost
Yeah.
like a mantra. The contractions came faster, stronger. Sweat poured down his face as he bore down, fighting against fear and pain. Minutes felt like hours. Then finally, with one
Oh.
last push, a cry filled the air. A baby. A healthy baby.
Oh, that's a
Born on
creepy.
live television, delivered by his own father, the very man who carried him. The studio erupted. Some audience members sobbed
Oh, that's a creepy.
uncontrollably. Others clapped and cheered through their shock. The hosts were speechless. Daniel cradled the tiny newborn in his arms, tears streaming down his face. He had just done what most thought was impossible,
Yeah.
not only carrying a child but delivering it on his own,
Yeah.
without doctors, without a hospital, and under the eyes of millions.
Yeah.
Paramedics arrived moments later, cutting through the chaos and taking Daniel and the baby to the hospital. Both were stable. Both were safe. And both were forever part of medical history. News outlets exploded with the story. Headlines read, "Man gives birth on live TV. Medical miracle stuns the world. Daniel Carter, the father who delivered his own baby." Doctors across the globe debated the science. Experts explained how intersex conditions can sometimes allow rare pregnancies. But beyond the medical explanations, people saw something deeper, an act of bravery, resilience, and the power of life itself. As reporters dug deeper, Daniel shared his journey openly.
See, for me, I didn't know what was intersex was. I never knew. But no, I know. No, no. Yeah.
He explained how his egg had been fertilized, how his body had defied all odds, and how
Yeah.
he had chosen to embrace the unexpected miracle. He spoke about the fear, the loneliness, and the strength it took to carry a child while living as a man. And he urged people to see intersex individuals not as anomalies, but as humans with unique stories worth respecting.
Yeah.
Daniel named his baby boy Ethan. The two became inseparable. His story inspired documentaries, medical journals, and countless conversations about gender, biology, and the limitless possibilities of the human body. Though Daniel
Yeah.
never asked for fame, his
Fame.
story became a beacon of courage, a
Yeah.
reminder that
Courage.
life doesn't always follow the rules we expect, and
Yeah.
sometimes
True that.
miracles happen in the most impossible
Yeah.
ways.
Miracle do happen. Yeah.
What happened with Daniel was not just a rare medical case. It was a lesson in human resilience. His journey showed that courage can be found in the most unexpected places and
True
that the
that.
human
Yeah.
body is far more complex than we often
Yeah.
realize. It also carried an important reminder. Health is deeply personal, and every body is unique. What
Yeah.
seems impossible may, under extraordinary circumstances, become reality. So now the
to the
question is,
yes.
if you had been in that studio audience, watching a man deliver his own baby live on stage, what would your reaction have been? Shock, amazement, or something else entirely? Because
Amazement,
one
yeah.
thing is certain, Daniel Carter's story is something no one will ever forget.
We was in, it was in the evidence every amazed, yeah. So as he delivers his own baby on Love TV by Jacob Toss. The link to the video will be the description below. Go and check them out and drop a like if you like. And comment below if you want to see more reaction like this one. And subscribe if you're new. And click the bell so you can be notified from the blog. And if you're watching on Rumble, the link to the video will be below. Yeah. In the mud. Bye. Wow.